Mic check 1 2. Mic check one. In the game. You dig? Check this out, y'all. I gotta shoot a disclaimer. Disclaimer. Education purpose you. All right. Trey ain't been working so hard, and I got to do it like this here. Case Trey ain't already solved. If you want to know about any other murder cases that Trey ain't never talked about, I already solved it. I can shed light on. Goddamn Illuminati is so real. I can expose whole cover up. Prime example, do you know all the presidents got them? And once I show you the technique that they use, you know what I'm saying, like when it come to the Jeffrey Epstein case, boom, once you figure out that bloodline, you finna be like, woo, these people so royalty. They so royalty. Like, you know what I'm talking about? They so royalty. Appreciate all how y'all guys still holding it down with me. Cause you know you got a lot of fake and phonies out here. Be like, yeah, you know, Trey guy, you know, I fuck with you, you know what I'm saying, and all this old stuff, but you don't stick around, you know what I'm saying? Cause you like, yeah, the tea is hot, you know. Go over here yonder. You'll come back, you know what I'm talking about, and you better not come there, cause I'm like, damn, where you was at when the view was low? Cause you thought I was a YouTuber and you thought, you know, y'all gang, I'm so mad right now, gang. I'm so mad right now. I shouldn't have to beg nobody to do research. I should have to beg and be like, y'all please do y'all research and beg me up. Cause if I tell you, hey, you will see through TikTokers, all these people would follow you would see what do that. Shaking my head. Cause I look at it like this here. I'm looking at it like this here. I'm like, man, if Jesus said if he coming back, and you know how he finna come back, you cannot blame yourself when he deny you. Cause in the Bible stately said, hey, you didn't know me then, don't know me now. And don't feel offended when you be like, whoa, Jesus, because he said, man, y'all gonna be screaming his name. All because your phone, your Instagram, your Facebook account. To be honest, man, you need to give it up. Give it up for Jesus. And that's finna tell the truth about yourself. Like, what you mean, Trey can't give it up? My Facebook account? Yeah, give it up for Jesus. He died for your sins, right? He died for your sins. You said you a Christian. You said, I want to be baptized, and you got dipped in the holy water, right? You know? And that's what you signed up for? So, if I tell you if that's what you signed up for, pay attention. Pay attention. Cause think about it like this here. The devil know this. I'm just trying to wake my I just wanna I just want to wake my people up. Not just my people, but everybody that want to be woken up. You see what I'm saying? I love everybody. You see what I'm saying? I love everybody. That means if you got people out here that's racist, man, if I read that Bible again, if you read your Bible again, you're gonna be like, them people ain't here. They sound like fallen angels. Can I get a thumbs up when I say that? If you were racist, you were descendant of the fallen angels. That's all I'm saying. Let's go live. Let's go live. I just want to share some stuff. Because you know what? Man, all this stuff out. I'm going to tell y'all something. Do not be entertained with YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call this social media. I'm telling y'all, bro. Because you want to know the mark of the beast. Read the Bible again. And what's the mark of the beast? Trey Gang, what you saying? This ain't what Trey Gang said. This what the Bible said, look, go back to the mark of the beast. How they finna chip everybody. And you don't know what the chip is all about? It's in your phone. You got a chip in your car, your phone, your TV. They got surveillance footage on you. And then how you gonna sit up here and wanna say, hey, let me go into heaven and like, do you got any device on you? Like, yeah, I got an Apple Watch. No, you can't come in here with no Apple Watch. Oh my bad, it's just like a metal detector, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, what you got? You got any Apple Watch or any kind of cell phone device technology. Man, look how much stuff you finna drop off. Oh damn. I'm on my phone, my Apple Watch, the medical glasses. It's crazy to me. The computer is the chip. You know what's the crazy part about it? That you had to have people come through the chip. The mark of the beast just to be like, hey man, I figured this stuff out. God is simple. God is so simple that look at it like this here. How many people in here, y'all? If you feeling my vibe right now, thumb me up right now. Feeling my vibe. Now this is live that I wanna, cause I got a whole lot of shit. Look, y'all. I ain't got no reason to lie. Man, I got so much shit lined up. This is like right here. The disappearance of Nancy. Nancy. Can I wake you up right quick and show you how the devil is real? And then when you say you're a Christian, right? Like I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I hope you a Christian. Everybody on they watching the channel is not gonna be a Christian. That's what I finally realized. Like, okay, I know I'm a Christian. I know some of y'all might be a Christian, but you got some people in there like, well, I ain't no Christian. I'm an atheist. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And we could, you, right? Let's keep this shit real. This shit finna get crazy. Watch this, y'all. If everybody that's in my chat right now, these the ones that heard this came out my mouth years ago and said, hey y'all, man, this shit so scripted. This like Hollywood involved. It's like they do reenactments of murders, kidnapping. I'm like, y'all, I believe Hollywood got a lot to do with the trafficking. You know what I'm saying? Then I say that, thumb me up. Thumb me up right now. And I said this, and I said, man, look, y'all, Hollywood got so much to do. It's even in the movies. It's even in the movies. Thumb me up when I said that. I said it's even in the movies. They will make a movie about it. Cause people so hypnotized. And I just want y'all to see this here. I just the one that thumbed me up, let the world see this when I said, man, this why I followed Trey Gang, because Trey Gang said this years ago. Trey, look, one thing I can say about Trey Gang said this years ago, and he was like, man, look, I found out. Man, look, when I'm confused about the Bible, man, look what I found out about Jesus. I'm like, man, look, I'm looking in the Kaniga Jigga case, and I'm like, man, look what the Kaniga Jigga showed me. Check this out. If I show y'all out, like, man, look, y'all see how Hollywood and you know what I'm saying? Look at the thong went up. Watch this. Check this out, right? Check this out. Look. Y'all know this story about the disappearance of the Nancy. Why do this look like this? When I say, hey, I can show you the two screenshots. Bro, when I said I looked in the Kanika Jigga case, I'm like, man, ain't nobody finna believe me on this. And I was like, man, look, don't y'all see? You can just look at the title alone. Ransom. Ransom. That's all I just need to show that, and that will prove my point there. Trey Gang, you did say that. If you go back to this movie Ransom, look, this was in 1996. If this was in 1996 and it was a film about, hey, this gonna be a thriller right here. Oh, it's about some kidnappers of a son of a millionaire. Don't that sound like this case? It's crazy to me. If you remember that movie, right? Check this out. Trey Gang is the best when they break it down. Ransom. Disappearing of Nancy. Let's go to check this out. Watch this, y'all. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Hold on. Hit it. Oh, wait. Hold on, wait a minute. Nah. We gotta go to this. Nah, let's go to the home page. Let's check this out. Nancy Guru, right? The man letter. Ransom. All they been going viral on Nancy. This is Jeffrey Epstein. Go to the live. Hold on, watch this, y'all. Hold up. See that? We just see a ransom. This 2 days ago. Look how many ransom notes they got. Man, if you don't see this now, man, if you don't see this now, man, that means you is not going to heaven. Can't play both sides of the field. You got to pick and choose. You want Lucifer? And check this out. And what I figured out, I was like, man, I thought Satan was like, yeah, that's Satan. He the devil. You know what I'm saying? He the devil, right? I didn't know it was somebody higher up than him. That's crazy to me that I figured. When I figured that out, and I was like, oh, Satan is the second archangel. The second archangel. And the Christian can tell you this, and all Christian can, well, I'm assuming all Christian can agree with this. Lucifer was an angel in heaven over music, and he was cast to the earth and manipulated mankind. I don't know what y'all were taught, but that's what they taught me. Like, hmm. Look, ransom note. Check this out. I'm showing y'all this for a reason. Look.
Sure, this is shocking for many of you that are just hearing the news and tuning.
We have been asked not to be specific about any of that beyond what we've just said. We have forwarded this on to the FBI, and they are looking into it. The email that we received today does not have the same crypto account as the crypto account in that first ransom letter.
Watch this. I did so much research Y'all want to know why they want to put this shit in the Bitcoin? Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Shit is real. This shit is for real, bruh. This shit is so for real that it scared me that I'm scared. That I'm like, damn. Like, I. How many people in here? 55? 40 likes? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Man, let's build some team. Do I got everybody's attention right now? Alright, if I got everybody's attention. When this movie was dropped, Ransom, Mel Gibson, this was in 1996. Right? This in 96. When Tupac died. Boy, this finna get crazy. When Biggie died. Alright. Once you put all that together when we was kids in the 90s. In the 90s, remember R. Kelly, the song? Boy, don't y'all know that R. Kelly song in the 90s, 12 play? Don't you know how many teens? When I say teen, we talking about teens in the 90s. Everybody know who was in. You know what your age was in the 90s. Ooh, wee, man. When Tupac died, then when you get OJ, ooh, once you figure out, you be like, damn, you got OJ. Then you get like, damn, then Will Leah died with left eye. Bam! Then when you see all of this similarity, you're gonna be like, oh my God, like shit. And then think about this in the 90s, think about Jeffrey Epstein, right? When you think about Jeffrey Epstein, think about the 90s. Cause it was all because of Jeffrey Epstein. Look at all your favorite movies in the 90s. And then look at all your your favorite songs in the 90s. Matter of fact, start from 91. Because when you go to 91, you have positive rap music. Go back when gangster music first started. Then you'll be like, damn, Jeffrey Epstein, no wonder why they. Then you'll see this shit, bro. You'll see it. Check this out. All those songs from starting from the 90s, because if you look at the 80s, look at rap music in the 80s, you'll be like, damn. Rap music in the 80s, you'd be like, yeah, I remember this, you know. Then look at rap music in the 90s. Then when you look at the 90s, you'd be like, dang. And then when you look at rap music in the 2000s, you'd be like, whoa, Satan got a plan. And guess what? Guess what rap music sound like now? Oh man, I swear to God, man. And everybody wanna wear this. Look, check this out. This ransom, right? Check this out. If you don't see this now, that when we was kids, do this look like a prediction? Like, yeah, when we was kids, right? We ain't know nothing. You know, this we looking at. Well, I'm looking. I'm gonna speak for myself. I can't speak for everybody. Man, you know what, man? This stuff here really. I just want everybody attention. If I put this stuff out here, who gonna bag me up? Cause look, you want to know why the real reason why I'm saying this? Cause of this. Check this out. Hold on, gang. Hold on, gang. Everybody know. Look how many ransom demands this man got. I should have to tell you this. You been following that case. You be like, look how many. It, look how many ransom demands he got. Go back to the ransom in the movie. You see it for yourself and read the script and the plot. The script and the plot. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I'm not the dumbest. Just read it. And once you read it, first thing you're going to be like, I believe in God. And then look, once you go to the John Benet Ramsey, right? John Benet Ramsey. If you go to the John Benet Ramsey, look at this. Another ransom note. The ransom note. I can't make this stuff. Again. Really though? They got the CIA and the FBI got us so caught up that we love documentaries, and documentaries is a gateway to lead to a lie instead of the truth. If you know what you know now, you can solve this shit right now. Gentlemen, oh yeah, you said you say what now? Oh yeah, my husband, he was working for who? I should have to use your shit. He worked for who? It made every sense. I no wonder why she was strangled. And then they on the panties, on the puberty part, but the DNA didn't match none back to the family unless they fabricate. See, you know what I'm saying, man? This shit's so crazy. And I'm growing up to this shit. My favorite show, Jumping A. Ramsey. Man, don't you know, man? Jumping A. Ramsey, no wonder why this stuff. Nancy, Jumping A. Ramsey, Ransom No, boom. Come on, man. Look, Ransom. Look at the image. Look at the image. Hold on. Since we talking about ransom notes, I should have to explain no more about this ransom. Bill Gibson, 1990s. All right, check this. But you go back to TMZ. How many ransom notes that TMZ had? update, authority, DNA test. Look, huge development, 24 hours, bombshell. Boom, all this. They done got so many ransom notes. How many ransom notes they got? Sound like the killer. Man, this shit so crazy. This what I was expecting because of when they did that to niggas, I'm like, man, if I read the police report and if it's scripted to me, I know what to look for. Be like, damn, that's how. Hmm. Hold on. And then when I figured this out, right, I said, ooh, wee. I'm so glad that I was born in this lifespan, cause that's when the heat and the reveal devil. Once you feel the heat, they say you know how like the tea get hot, shit go back. That's that's when it get hot. That's what exposing the devil. See what I'm saying? The devil. This is like you can put raw meat. They got them. Oh that. Oh shit. Look, watch this, y'all. The ransom note, right? TMZ, ransom. No. Read this script. Plot, kidnapper, Tom agreed to the FBI. Planning delivery. Look, look. You can read this. That's so. I'm gonna blow it up. You can actually read this. You can actually read the script. You can actually read it. You can actually read it. You can actually read the script of a ransom note. And then when you actually read it, you'll be like, you'll see the plot. Not only that you see the plot, but do this sound familiar? Once you read the plot, I can stop it right there and read the plot. From what I got all highlighted. Just that little highlight long, you'll be like, goddamn Trey, I can't argue with you on that one. But that's the same thing with TMZ doing. They with the FBI. They communicate with the FBI by the ransom note. They put it on television. Look, and guess what they want? Appearing on television present the money will be won through a bound as a bounty on the kidnapper. This stuff is so crazy that these be our favorite movies. I watched this movie in 96. Look, watch this. When Tupac died. Hold on. This is the crazy part about it. I showed y'all Jumping A. Ramsey. I remember before Facebook, social media, before all that shit came out, we were watching cable TV and we had to depend who to watch these documentaries, right? Check this out. To keep our mind. And check this out. This is the crazy part about it when you go back to the 90s. To the 90s. To the 90s. Jeffrey Epstein. Guess what he said in the interview about the 90s? This is so crazy. This man said, hey, what was going on in the 90s? Watch this, y'all. Look, in the 90s. Now, since we talking about the 90s, right? Hold on, watch this, y'all. In the 90s, right here. Remember in the 90s, it was a recession at that time. In the 90s, right here, you see it. You can read all of this. Look, it was in the 90s. Remember All Our Love song? What's your favorite love song from 1990 to 2000? Ooh, and guess who's getting exposed right now? Dealing with children. Guess how old we were listening to this type of music. And guess who wrote this type of music? Ooh, we. You don't see it now? You don't see it now, right? I'm showing you what was going on in the night. It was an early recession. Check this out. You was a baby then. If you were 80s baby or a 90s baby, you was young when this shit was going on. But you see how the devil works? When they were like, yeah, we gonna manipulate the young crowd that's born in the 80s and the 90s, and we gonna give them that frequency of love music. That's why we so fast fucking, you know, talking grown in the van. We so civilized, bro. Yeah. Look, bro. Look at it like this here. In the 90s, and you grown, right? You grown, right? Just look at a setup. Do this sound like a back door when Jeffrey Epstein had a plan with like, hey P. Diddy, hey all the Jewish people, bought all the record companies, you know, don't you know it went from soul music to rap music? Man, bruh. Man, you feel me? Do you feel me? If you feel me, share this video. Cause it's important. This video is important. Cause check what this man. Look, watch this. If you want to know why Jeffrey Epstein is so important, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let's see what he said about the 90s. Alright? I want to skip it to her.
Will you accept reverse charges?
Keep this in mind. When he talk, think about all the rap music. Don't y'all remember y'all? Check this out. This how the devil works. Don't you remember your 90s? Them might been the best years you had. If you was a 90s baby, look at the best year you had with music. That's how you got pregnant. Man, that's why you got 8, 9 baby daddies. Be honest. You see what I'm saying? It's not your fault. You was a child. That's how they had. That's how they had TV. That's how they could come in TV. Oh yeah. Uh, look, look what we was watching when your parents had to go to work your parents had to go to, they had to go to sleep because they got to work the 9 to 5 job. Us kids, guess what I was watching? Do y'all remember Cinemax? Ooh, Cinemax. You better not watch Cinemax up late at night. 'Cause they know kids up at night. Parents got to sleep at night because they got to go to work in the morning. Man, you see the game now? And we up at night, and then I remember watching Cinemax HBO. Now this in the 90s. They had it was my watching chicks, titty washing. I was like, oh my god, I actually fight. It is like, oh my god, pink nipples. They was just slick porn. This in the 90s. Now this in the 90s. Check this out. I'm finna be. Check this out how they set us up. Right? Look, this shit is so crazy, bro. I got to play this whole video for the 90s. All I just want to show everybody right now, this how important this man is. It was his idea in the 90s. That's where you get R. Kelly from, P. Diddy, Foxy Brown, Beyonce. All in the 90s. Do they hit different now? If it hit different, share my video. Share my live. It was his idea. That's what make him stand out. Man, once you go to left eye, if you go to left eye and all those screams, murders, when it comes to the celebrities that want to expose who is man, look. I never forget about left eye. How the plane crashed. She died just like Kobe died. All of a sudden, the plane just crashed. Oh, it was heavy loaded. Look what island. Look what closer to island. Man, this lady wasn't far from this man island shooting video. Don't you know when you go back to all those MTV cribs in the 90s? If you go back to all those rappers, A-list movies, your A-list celebrities in the 90s, look at the movie actors. Denzel. Bro, if you read the file, it was his idea, like Cat Williams said. If you got African American and we can make them actors and stars, give them white wives so we can mix our race and lighten the race. And then it will. You see what I'm saying? Man, we doomed. Man, we is fucked. We fucked, bro. We so fucked because the rap music, that's how it all came about in rap music. Check this out. If you look at before the 90s, look what rap music was all about before the 90s. It was about politicians, the white man, the black man, you know what I'm saying, the knowledge. Make that shit sound good. You hear me? Ain't nobody listen to no music. Man, you will sound green than the motherfucker be like a Yeah, I want to give my life to God, and I want to be like the Most High. I want to be like the Most God, and I want to be like the Most High. Man, that shit finna sound green tomorrow. Man, that shit finna sound so green tomorrow. But if you change that tune like with Jeffrey Epstein looking at it like change that tune up to what's it that devil? Oh yeah, the devil, yeah. Demon time. Oh that demon time? Yeah, that demon. Yeah, nigga, we talking about some you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, King Von shit. Yeah, we talking about some little dirt shit. We talking about that Chicago shit time. Like, and everybody like, yes! I fuck with Von. Next thing you know, you the worst of the devil. What if God asks you when you die, everybody got to die. What if God asks you be like, hey, you love, what's your favorite artist? Uh Let's ask a female. Let's ask a female. If God asks you, chances that if you die right now, and God asks you this question, be like, "Hey, female, what's your favorite?" My favorite artist, is Cardi B. Oh, sucking dick, eating booty. Yeah, we don't eat booty in the house of the Lord. Get mad. Get mad. Boy, there's a lot of booty nibblers finna unsubscribe now, goddamn. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they finna subscribe now, goddamn. It's gonna be some of them be like, yeah, Trey, I gotta get on that. I got to go on and repent right now, you know. Now, I done got goddamn it, 54 booty bites. 54, how many booty bites? I got 54 booty bites. Like, shit. I don't know how the Lord gonna forgive you for this shit. I can't say nothing my damn self like shit. I ate a couple of apples in my time, like goddamn boo, you know. Lord, please forgive me. It was so tender. Ism, you know what I'm talking about? She came over there like I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't do it. I was drooling in the mouth and she like, yeah, you see the rump. I said, I see all the rump. She seduced me, Lord. You know what I'm talking about? She done came over there, and then you know I'm lonely than the motherfucker playing hard and shit like that, you know. And she playing hard too, like yeah, you know she got options and shit like niggas, you know, like niggas just choosing her like nah, it's a drought, bitch. Your demands are too steep, and you had to get back to reality. Like I like you, Trey Gang, like that. Why you like me so much? It's like you know what I'm talking about. Y'all see this shit? Seriously. I'm talking about real seriously. I'm not trying to crack a joke on this, but I'm just trying to show y'all. We was kids and teens at the time, right? Kids and teen at the time. Look at the setup. Look at R. Kelly. Foreplay. Oh man, I could play this song right now, man. A bitch in the chat, pussy finna get wet. Man, Trey Game, please don't. Oh, that's my song, yup. Finna burn it. That coochie hot, right? Yep. That put some, yeah, put it in the barbecue pit. And you said, "Oh, I'm drinking that much too hot." Oh yeah, you say you like that junk burning now in the name of the Satan. You know that you know that you like you a real Theodore Flights. And I know I'm finna make a lot of enemy when I say this. Say, gang, don't do that. I'm a Christian. But you say your coochie hot, right? Your coochie hot? Yep. The coochie hot, but I'm a Christian. All right. Let's expose you right now. Expose me. Cause in the 90s, and this is why I feel bad at. Cause in the 90s, look, I was going to church. Look, in the 90s, you get Tupac, you get Biggie Dale, you get P. Diddy running the whole East Coast with the music that we don't even just really fuck with, but they bought all the radio stations. And Wendy Williams was telling us about this shit. This is crazy part about this shit, bro. I remember I remember when Pimp C said, yeah, you faggots. Y'all in the video dancing this, you know what I'm saying? If you gay, just come out the closet. Don't be perpetrating that you around these motherfucking females and you trying to play straight, but your niggas really in the closet. And I want to know who would MC will be talking about. This in the 90s. This in the early 2000s. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, to make a long story short, if you read, check this out. If you read the whole Jeffrey Epstein file, I got all the files. I read it. I been had these files. I didn't understand it at the time. But once I read it, here's the reason. Check this out. Here's the reason why in the 80s, look at 80s music. You can go back to any 80s music. If it's a love song or a rap song, it was all love. Look at the frequency. Look at the frequency. We living by a frequency. When it comes to this man and the Bible, bruh, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. All the rap music came from him. It was his idea. That's why you got P. Diddy. That's why you got like, yeah, look. For the drugs and the money and the motherfucking guns, I'ma get a bitch down on the knees and give me some big booty, big bitch. You know what I mean? You know all that old shit, right? Music with the bass, the how can I say this? Jeffrey Epstein was the man in the 90s, and he was the one when it came to the 90s, right? If you go back to the ransom in the 90s, right? You see what I'm showing you? Time don't matter, right? I mean the time matter, right? This is 96. What time when Tupac died? When Tupac died? Now we kids. That's why our mama made us turn the TV off. Like, you don't need to be watching no TV. That's devil. You know what I mean? Even the grandma, right? When Tupac died, when Biggie died, Guess who everybody forgot? Guess who else died in the 90s? Not only guess who else died in the 90s, guess who you finna get? OJ. Remember the OJ? So if you go back to the OJ, Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Then you go back to the ransom. Then you go back to all those famous viral videos. You would be like, damn, Satan was working all the time. And these people could make rituals, make ransoms. Man, this got to be the most bizarre shit. You see what I'm saying? Look, watch this. Check this out. Left eye. Go to left eye. Aaliyah. Guess how a left eye and Aaliyah died? Airplane crash. Just like Kobe Bryant. Shit. Man, y'all don't see this shit, bro. They been doing this shit, bro. Hold on, why this? Let me just check this out. I can just show you, just play this whole interview. Cause I got everything pulled up, right? When it come back to all of this stuff, I can get everything pulled up, and it's finna go back to all the movies. Think about all your favorite love songs, rap songs, hip hop songs in the 90s. It was his idea to do what? All because Bill Clinton and George Bush. Hold on. If you want to know who behind crypto, this the master man. You know we is fucked up, bro. As us people in America, we fucked up. We fucked up, bro. This dude here, I would look at him like this here, bro. We fucked up. Man, we so screwed. Want me show y'all how we so screwed? I could just show this interview finna be 2 hours long. Matter of fact, and I told y'all, look, this is 1996. There was a movie. I remember when this movie. I watched this movie. It's a good ass fucking movie. Man, it's a good ass movie. I remember popping this motherfucker in the VCR a million times. It wasn't no Facebook, no Instagram, no screaming, none of that. Man, you had to have a collection. Everybody know, man, you had a goddamn VCR DVD collection in the house like a library. You wanna know how the devil real? You don't even got the video that you had in the 90s. Be like, damn, I got this VCR tape. Man, I got the same DVDs. You ain't even got none of that shit no more. Why? You mean to tell me you don't got the H the DV set like we used to have? The DVD, the burners we bought, all this shit. Hey, y'all, let's get those lights up, gang. Ain't that strange? Cause when you grown now, just say when you was a child in the 90s, when you grown now, ain't no excuses. Ain't no excuses. Go back to they be like that when I was a kid. Let's go back to boom. If you got a ransom, we're going. Guess what was going on in the 90s, right? Look what was going on in the 90s. Watch this shit.
Hazard. Explain to the audience what moral hazard is, and why did they save Bear Stearns 6 months before, and why did the smartest guys in the room decide not to save Lehman Brothers?
It's a good question. The real issue is I'd have to go back when you have these systems to the way your doctor responds to any type of emergency in your body. If they might decide to save your kidneys and let your gallbladder go because the gallbladder is less important to your overall system. People, if at that time, even it's not that long ago, the boogeyman was when said, well, what really happened? Jeffrey, what really happened? What is this financial crisis? And, some of the progressives and the right wing blame it on the banks. It was the banks' fault. And it's the fault of this very esoteric, unknown concept of derivatives. It was really the derivatives that caused this financial crisis because the derivatives got somehow out of control and like in the Mickey Mouse.
And that was the way you started your road to a billionaire.
Check this out. I can tell y'all why this man's so important. If you look at all these TikTokers and all these Instagrammers, when they break this shit down, they be like, yeah, we got the files on the Jeffrey Epstein case and, and, and this other big names in these files and all this. Yeah, what to do? Yeah, what to do? You know what they ain't gonna tell you, bruh? This finna expose it out. Don't you know what these big YouTubers, it's TikTokers, it like, yeah, what make this man so special? They were devil worshipers and they knew the assignment. If it weren't from that female, Jennifer, the one that exposed him, check this out. This lets you know God real. You would never heard about this man if that girl then came out and filed a lawsuit against him. They had control. Check this out. He got control of the FBI, the CIA, the news media, friends with presidents, and all of this. And you have one person that got power and was like, yeah, it just take one little seed of salt, one little grain, just one little grain, bro. One little grain. Guess what that little one little grain? Guess what this exposed? If I tell you what they taught you about Queen Elizabeth in Hollywood, slave movies, I ain't got to say no more on that, right? You watched the movie. Y'all probably cried on it. You know what I'm saying? Some got angry. You know what I'm saying? What if I tell you that, man, don't you know Queen Elizabeth, when it comes to all the presidents, every last one of them is related to Queen Elizabeth? Now check this out. The interesting part about this, what if I tell you the King James Version Bible? The King James Version Bible, right? Yep, the King James Version. The one you say, I'm a Christian. Yep. I believe in the King James Version. Guess who King James related to? Queen Elizabeth. Guess who Barack Obama related to? Queen Elizabeth. Guess who George Bush related to? Queen Elizabeth. Guess who Marilyn Monroe related to? Queen Elizabeth. Guess who Bill Clinton related to? Queen Elizabeth. You don't got to believe me. Just do your research, and it's public information. So the whole time, bruh, guess who he related to? You don't know now? What if God asks you, be like, hey, you love me? I love you, Lord. I love you, God. You know, Satan was roaming the world, yup. Did you skate to his music? Would you lie to God? Did you bob your head to that Freaknik song? No, that might sound harsh, but let me get to the T though. This is Jeffrey Epstein, right? Watch this, y'all. Please believe me when I say this, and this public information, it will break my heart that you could argue with a person. If this shit it's public information. All this shit, what I'm saying is public information. It will break my heart that you will argue with somebody on this information, and it's public information, and they try to prove you wrong. Like, all right, remember Nickelodeon? Y'all remember Slime? Nickelodeon. You could read this in the FBI file. I was never a big fan of Nickelodeon Slime because, I ain't just into this shit. But I watched Nickelodeon in the 90s. That's so crazy to me. And the logo was after his island. And it makes so much sense that when you watch Nickelodeon, no wonder why you got SpongeBob and man, bro. Man, I just wanna, you know what? This is what I'm finna do. This is what I'm finna do. I just wanna show the best the best way I could show God really exists, right? In the 90s. If you was raised in the 80s or in the 90s, because if you raised in the 80s, right, what I'm saying, you're gonna be like about 10, you know what I'm saying? Just say like you born in like 80, right? In the 80s. And in the 90s, you're gonna be like 10. You a child. You ain't even a teen yet. And you watching cartoons, you look at your favorite cartoon. So check this out. If you got all these people that was advanced and they had a mindset like manipulate. I remember don't you remember y'all know reading rainbow, man. Shit, we gotta get those lights up on this. Got to. Look, if you look at it like this here now, won't this hit different? That if he was, I ain't gonna say he was the mastermind. He ain't gonna be, well, he got part of the mastermind, but he gonna be working with a group of mastermind. And if you got him in the FBI files that in the 90s of his plans, that's the crazy part about it. In the 90s, the FBI just released a file where this man had plans in the 90s. And we was kids and teenagers in the 90s. That's why we got so many motherfucking kids by different baby daddies. Different baby mamas. This what broke the whole household up. This why they don't want to. This why black females do not want a black man in the household. All because she get government assistance. You know, the government gonna take care of her. But the man that she lay with, crazy part about it, the man that she lay with, they interact with each other and had a child. And this man go to work every day. And this woman know this man will go to work and come back and spend his whole check on her. But since he made it so easy for the public, check this out. The man explained the public housing in the 90s. This shit so bizarre, bro. Bro, in the 90s, if you listen to this man had world leaders in the 90s. Cause it was a recession. The United States was finna go bankrupt. Guess who they all came to? Him. Man, that shit so crazy. If you don't see that shit now, bro. Man, if you don't see this shit right now, bro, I look, do not get offended. You going to hell. Cause guess what? All because of him, the 80s, the rap game was rapping about positivity. When he figured out numbers in the mathematics in the 90s, he changed the whole world. If it weren't for him, a female wouldn't even be saying, "You like me? You gotta take me out to go to steak and dinner in order like they do." Yeah, what you like to eat? Yeah, I like steaks. Take shrimp. Like, bitch, you an island bitch or something like that? Well, I come from the country. We eat beans, raccoons, you know what I'm saying? We eat wildlife. You don't eat wild? No. What? And guess what you finna find out? That's why you live long, cause you ate wildlife. But they changed the menu, eat a chicken. Man, that's a cold. That's why nobody don't live to be 100 no more to a certain race. But guess what? How long you gonna live you eat noodles and shit like, yeah, y'all hungry? Yeah, give me some noodles. You want chicken or beef? Give me some noodle, mama. Yeah, they'll hold you down until I get my check and shit. It's all his fault. So basically what I'm saying, everything we went through in the 90s, the movies, it was all his fucking fault. He the master man. Watch this. I'ma just play this video.
Went right through derivatives.
Yes. But derivatives were not the cause. Derivatives were not the cause at all. The financial system are not machines. Yesterday I talked to another person in Washington about the issues of what I thought was happening, and I made the same discussion. But I said, no, we need a word on your death certificate. Did he die from brain damage? Did he die from heart failure? That's the financial crisis. Many people said, well, what caused it? They wrote, like on its death certificate, derivatives. But derivatives were not a fundamental, derivatives are not a fundamental cause of anything.
Was it Sunday or Monday? I take it was Monday morning when you made your two collect calls and you were talking to Bear Stearns on one hand and Morgan Stanley on the other.
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan. That was Monday morning. Did you, Jeffrey, being one of the financial geniuses in the world, did you understand what Lehman Brothers going into bankruptcy, the domino effect, that by Thursday the financial system would be under such extremis that if it didn't have $1 trillion cash infusion in the United States, it might collapse? Did you know that at the time? Did you view that at the time?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
Again, I don't want to bore you.
This in the 90s. That's the crazy part about it, because this interview, what they talking about, he reflected on the night. This just to show you that, hey, this where you came irrelevant at. In the 90s. You the one that orchestrated the Twin Towers attack. This shit finna sound crazy. But if you ain't did your research, that's why YouTube, TikTok is not finna talk about this shit. Shit. Check this out. I'm trying, look. This one I'm finna tell the world. The 90s, what's y'all favorite song in the 90s? From 90 to 2000. Shit finna get serious. What's your favorite song? Look, and I'm telling you, it was because of him. That's the reason. Watch this. You wanna know how shit so crazy? If I could play this whole interview just to prove one point, guess what else what happened in the 90s? Watch this. Watch this, y'all. This shit so crazy. The OJ trial. Y'all remember when the OJ trial? If you listen, check this out. This shit finna sound crazy as fuck. And I'm finna take all the backlash on this. Cause this finna show me be like, damn, this how the devil work. Do Jeffrey Epstein, same lips, OJ, bottom lip, top lip, eyebrows, eyes, nose, facial expression. And when I tell you, bruh, all right, this is who Jeffrey Epstein looked like. And then you look at OJ, and I'm like, man, look, y'all, I done did some real research, and I'm like, man, I can't believe this shit. And then you go to Andrew on the $100 bill. I mean, not the $100 bill. I mean, Andrew Jackson. Look, right? Check this out. This shit is so crazy. Andrew Jackson. Hold on, wait a minute. This crazy? I wouldn't even feel bad. I used to feel bad like damn if I used to cry like damn if I put this out there and you know what I'm saying and what if the people don't believe me and you know what I'm saying and, no, it don't even matter what. Cause you can have people like, I don't believe you, Trey, and I'm like, but I'm telling you, I did a little research, and you might want to look into that. And if a person keep telling me like, man, I don't, no, you, I'm believe you, man. You got to be the devil then. It seems like that you don't want to look into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's finna, bruh. I wouldn't, bruh. Look. I done set up, check this out, to make a long story short, gang. What if I tell y'all I traced Jeffrey Epstein family tree all way back to Jesus? I'm through talking. I'm through talking. 'Cause if I can find it, you can find it. That's why they hate him so much. 'Cause they bloodline killed. Guess who killed Jesus? Preach about. And say you love Jesus, don't know who the murderers is. Cause I can see Jesus come down here right now. Check this out. Pocket full of money. Ask you, and Jesus be like, who killed me? And you got a pocket full of money. You like, I don't know. I believe in you, Lord. You Jesus, yeah, I'm Jesus, yeah. Crazy shit to me. Think I'm lying? Watch this. Check this out, watch this. Look who he look like. Just look at everybody on the money currency. On the money currency, right? And read your Bible again. Tell me you believe in Jesus. Ain't no four-headed about Jesus. And guess what I figured out? Don't you know outside the Bible that you have people that was famous at the time when Jesus was living and they wrote about the miracles? You ain't know nothing about that? Man, they done wrote what they saw. Man, these people wrote what they saw. Bro, don't you know what they said about Jesus? They witnessed the crucifixion. This shit's so crazy. The crucifixion. That's what made that man. When I call him that man, because he came in the image of a man. Like Lucifer did. Because you know Lucifer come in the image of a man. That's why Jesus had to come in the image of a man. And once you understand that shit, bruh, I was like, damn, no wonder why the Bible said it's gonna be his people going to heaven. I'm thinking like, if I believe in God and Jesus, check this out. If you listen to these people gonna be like, just believe in Jesus, that he died for your sin, and that's it. And guess what you gonna do? That's all I need to know. Shit. Shit. Man, don't y'all know, man, look. This shit's so crazy. When God told y'all they can put these people in plain sight, and they put these people in plain sight on the money currency, you buying their clothes, their shoes, their image, all the devil. Man, look, if you were anything from bro, look, Abraham Lincoln. Look what Abraham Lincoln looked like. Look what he looked like, right? Check this out. Look, check this out. You see what he looked like? Guess what? He on a $20 bill. Guess what Jeffrey Epstein looked like?
For you or the audience with the
I can't tell the world this like, hey, I actually found out the family tree. I would feel so bad. And I'm like, damn. Everything that I was taught. I'm a Christian. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I just believe in the Lord. That's all I do. I just believe in the Lord. You gave me the Bible. And the same people that gave me the Bible came from his bloodline. That's why he on a $20 bill. See the same hair? Look at the hair. Same hair. Look at the nose. Same nose. Lips. How in the fuck you say you believe in Jesus and you don't believe in this setup right here? Man, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I see how Lucifer get away with it. And you want to know why this man know everything about numbers. Check this out. Do they look alike? Thumb me up right now if you agree. Damn, Trey Game. Man, look. Nose, lips. Don't agree with me because I said it. Agree if you believe in your heart. Hey, they look just alike. Look what's on Twitter. Look at the same identical cheeks. That's to give away the cheeks. Look at the cheeks. You see the same mark? I don't know how she keep this shit going. I don't even know if I keep this shit going, brother. I just want y'all to see that. Then look at the hair. Look at the fucking hair. You know what? I don't want nobody to think I'm speculating. All I want y'all to see is this. Identical. If you don't believe nothing, just believe this. You see that line in the cheeks? Right there, right? Line in the cheeks. Same fucking thing on the $20 bill. See the jawline? Look, you see that? Look. I'm through talking. Man, if a motherfucker come to me, be like, Trey gang, nah, look at the chin, look at the chin, look at this chin. I did so much research, bro, that be like, damn, I'm fucked up in the head now, cause I'm like, damn, I got this shit right now in my pockets. If that ain't a cold game, yeah, you got me in your pockets. Look, let me look. Man, this how lost we is. Cause I check this out. You ain't got to believe me, but if you fuck with me, you gon' believe me on this. Jeffrey Epstein is related. Jeffrey Epstein is related, and you can't even debunk me on this. Cause you could actually just Google let me Google Andrew Jackson. Why is he on the 20? And this man here telling everybody this how numbers work.
The idea of it's a medical procedure, but you had system failures. So you'd recognize that if I said to you, did you realize when your father was on the ground and he was clutching his chest and he couldn't breathe, it was a bad situation, he could die. That's how I saw it.
Did you immediately think about the commercial paper market? I mean, the mechanical triggers that actually you had to blow through these circuit boards. Did you know the circuits? Did you understand the circuits, or did you have a concept of the circuits that were going to get blown through?
Yes, but only because of an analogy to a body. And in fact, from my telephones against the wall with my little metal wires, because the next day I talked to another person in Washington about the issues of what I thought was happening, and I made the same discussion about the...
They were at the Treasury Department?
Yes.
So in a 6x9 cell in...
The phones were outside the cell.
In Palm Beach County, California?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
West Palm Beach, Florida.
This was your juice diet.
West Palm Beach, Florida. West Palm Beach, Florida. West Palm Beach, Florida. You're making a call to Washington, D.C. to talk to some deputy's Secretary of Treasury.
Someone in Treasury.
Right. Someone in Treasury.
Right.
And that does not...
I would never thought that I want a bankroll in life. And I always grew up wanting the Benjamins, the Franklin, you know what I'm saying, the Jacksons in my pocket. always wanted that the Washingtons and all that. And then know these the same we is fuck. Man, bro. We fucked up, bro. It makes so much sense when you look into the family tree. That's why he got so much control. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense, bro. Look, you wanna know how much this finna make so much sense? Nobody is not finna look to this. Watch this. The man said how he changed the world in the 90s. This who changed the whole rap game, the love music, the radio station, the movie, the actors. All of this in the 90s. Behind the scenes. Didn't nobody know nothing about Jeffrey Epstein in the 90s. But he was the man behind the scene. And guess what? He had to bail Hollywood. Watch this.
The night before you go to bed, it doesn't dawn on you at all. You never have a moment of self-reflection that, how did I end up on this metal cot when I should be at the center of things?
No, I had a telephone, so I've said, I can talk to, it makes no difference where I am. In fact, I'm still talking to the same person if I was at my home in Palm Beach. But I'm here in jail.
Home in Palm Beach.
I can dial my own phone.
That's bullshit. No, but you can also make 1,000 phone calls. Here you got to make one, and he's got to take.
Think how much better that was. I had to decide who was the right person to call.
You know what he messed up at? Cause look, when everybody wanna know how he became a billionaire. The man became a billionaire in the 90s. All because he said, hey, this is where you finna get Ice Cube, Jay-Z. Look at all your favorite movies. Man, you don't see how the devil works? And boy, look at, boy. Woo-hoo-hoo! And I can't just do nothing but sit up here and be like, man, how many people I could save right now? You know what I'm saying, man? This shit just showed me about the church. Look, in the 90s, these people had, look, the United States was in debt. I didn't even know this. Don't you know in the 90s that Osama bin Laden, don't y'all know why the real reason that they had to go to war with bin Laden? It was not because of the oil, and a lot of people were like, yeah, it was about the oil. No, it was about he discovered the tomb of Gilgamesh and King Nimrod. That's crazy. Watch this. If you go back to your Bible and look up King Nimrod that built the Tower of Babel, that's the most famous story in the Bible. A tower of Babylon. That's where the Tower of Babylon was at. And once you find out where the Tower of Babylon was at, that's why they killed bin Laden. I thought it was about oil. It was about the tomb Gilgamesh. That's how deep this shit here is. And I swear to God, that's where all Christians finna burn in hell. And cause I'ma tell you straight up like this here, if you a Christian And I hate to say this did come out my mouth. I'm not God's service, you know what I'm saying? I'm not an angel, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been with God or none of this. But when I did my research, bro, if you a Christian, you going to hell. I swear to God, I thought you be a Christian, you going to heaven. You a Christian, you going to hell. If you don't believe me, if you say you love Jesus, get to know Jesus. And you would thank me later. You'll be like, Trey, Dan, you weren't even lying. I ain't see none of this shit. I'm just so used to going to what I was raised up about when I was a kid. Yeah, that's why I just check this out. That's why you had churches. That's why you had slavery. Look, that's why they had to print these people on the money. Look at the seals. That's crazy with numbers, serial numbers. I'm just saying, bro. That's hard for me to say that I use. I'm like, man, I'm a Christian. When I was raised up, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in one God. That's what I believe in. And guess what? They got on a dollar bill. Believe in one God. We look, look, look. That's so crazy. Look, all of them look like who? That's so crazy. Look, you can look at the. Matter of fact, check this out. This whole interview right here, this whole interview right here, you can see the new world order. If you got him, if Trey Gang say, hey, damn, look. And if you could just say Trey Gang say, hey, you know, he related, be like, man, Trey Gang clap chasing that. Nah, go look it up. You look it up, you'll be like, damn. No wonder they need to crucify Jesus. All because what they were doing in the Freemasonry, synagogue, with the Pope, Moses, the lies about 12 tribes of Israel. Boy, this shit finna get serious. This shit finna get. Check this out. Right now, I'm finna end this live right now. And do your research on the Bible. And if you say you black and you say, yeah, I'm the 12, we the 12 tribes of Israel, Trey Gang, you might want to think twice about that. Shit. Shit. Keep this in mind now. Once upon a time, Trey Gang be like, yeah, goddamn, I'm a Hebrew. We black people, we come from Africa. Black people was here. All that shit true. Yeah, that shit very true. You just don't know the whole truth. Cause guess what? The Bible stately said, what God would create man out of dirt. But black people got souls and spirits. That's crazy to me. If God got to create you out of dirt, what the fuck that mean? Don't you know, man, this, look, this what I found out. Do this man look like, check this out. Andrew Jackson look like Epstein, right? From the nose, look. If you go to the nose, the lips, even the markings on the chin. And tell me, I'm not just matching this shit up. Like, you can actually pull the family tree. And guess what I found out? The real reason why he wanted to have his DNA in every African is to hide Satan identity. And guess how you gotta do it? If you got the power over entertainment, athlete, get them a white wife. Encourage the athlete. All of them got white wives and foreign wives and shit. It's the lightning skin. Man. That's why I don't even feel so bad, because I'm like, man, I asked God for this type of thing. And God giving to me, I thought he was gonna give it to me the way that I wanted it. Like, yeah, I think this and this, and I want you to show me that this happened. He was like, well, look, that ain't what happened. Oh, you think you when you think of Kanika Jean case, you know what I'm saying? You how many suspects you got in mind? But they said somebody lured her and it could be the security guard. But if I tell y'all it's more than 100 people involved, man, I don't know what I'm talking about. Man, you mean to tell me 100 people involved? Because you never heard of a murder that's dealing with 100 and more people. Nah, shit gonna sound ludicrous. Mm-mm. It ain't gonna sound like no coke then. Look, check this out. Everything what he about to say, watch this. This in the 90s. He was the man behind the scenes. He was the man that changed the music game, the frequency, the numbers. If you dig deep in how the way his mindset is, this how he finna get exposed. You could be look, watch this. The 90s R&B. Oh shit! Oh! Talking about selling your soul. What's on your playlist? Shit, what's on your playlist? That's my song. Yeah, keep saying that. Yeah, our old school, yeah. In the 90s, R&B. Yeah. Boy, this how the devil work. All of them teens. These were teenagers. Look at all the teenagers in the 90s. You grew up too, fucking too, having babies, Section 8. Like, no, look. Check this out. This in the 90s, right? 90s and the 80s. Look at, look who would be on the Epstein file. Ain't gotta say about R. Kelly now, goddamn. You know he on that motherfucker. Man, you see this shit, bro? Usher, Mary J. Blige, everybody that's on the Epstein file. It's crazy. That's so crazy to me. Everybody on, hold up. 90s movies. What's your favorite movie in the 90s? Yeah, damn. What's your favorite movie? Oh, no wonder why you had all these people in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Crazy. No wonder. He was running the whole thing. Check this out. When we was getting Martin and all of this shit, look what you would get. Ransom. And then when you get the ransom, then you finna get. Come on, bro. Stop playing with me. Look, Mel Gibson got a whole lot of backlash because of the Passion of the Christ. Because he dropped that movie. You gotta think Mel Gibson sing the truth. Look, man, I'm about to break down the truth, bro. Cause man, this just showed me, man, Jesus real, and that's why he was on the Joe Rogan show, bro, and told everybody was like, look, hold on, go to go to the bench. What if I tell you all related to Queen Elizabeth? I ain't gotta tell you that. You can just look up random videos on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Microsoft, just look up like all president that's related. They're gonna tell you, oh, this all the president related. Don't you know whoever guess who they all look like? Watch this. Brad Pitt, right? Watch this, y'all. If I show you that Mel Gibson and Benjamin Franklin, you know what I'm saying, look just like, watch this. Check this out. Watch this. Check this out. Hold on. Brad Pitt. Damn! Man, I ain't even got to say no more, bruh. Do Brad Pitt look like? Just let me know. I did my research. That's why I'm showing y'all this shit. Look, look. And you want to know why these people print their own money? Guess who Brad Pitt related to? Did y'all know Brad Pitt related to Obama? Hold on, watch this. Check this out. Ooh wee. Watch this. Barack Obama. Damn! The goddamn black Brad Pitt in that John. Told y'all. I gotta show you images of this shit. Look, they all related. That's crazy that it's public information. You'll be like that, man. You know Brad Pitt related to Look, watch this. Do y'all remember back in the 90s? It was a lot of celebrities was adopting kids. Even Michael Jackson. Look, watch this. Check this out. Brad Pitt wife adopted kids. Hold up. Y'all remember Angela Jolie? Y'all remember her, right? Y'all remember that black girl in the 90s? She had an adopted child. In the 90s, celebrities was going viral because they was adopting kids. And it was like a big campaign moment, like Adopt Africa, you know what I'm saying? Whole time they were trapping those kids. Guess what? The same child. I remember in the 90s. Boy, this finna get serious. This shit finna get so serious. Remember, right here, that shit go right there. Now watch this. Y'all wanna know what's the crazy part about this? Check this out. Obama daughters. Look, man, y'all finna be checked, bro. Look. Oh man, they don't even wanna.
What's that?
It's compounded hogwash.
Bet those weight loss meds ain't FDA approved.
Smells like
Together during their divorce, who recently completely dropped Pitt's name. And did Maddox finally patch things up with Brad?
Is he going to come and visit? Do you want him to come and visit? Oh, I don't know about that. How did he?
It's been almost 22 years since Jolie first met Maddox as a baby in Cambodia. The actress instantly felt like he was a heavenly gift.
They put him in my arms and he stayed asleep. And then he opened his eyes and he smiled.
Over the past few years, Maddox has been residing and studying in South Korea at one of the country's top colleges. It was challenging for Jolie to let her eldest child go so far away.
Oh man, where the black girl at? I need the black girl. Hold on. Where that black girl at? Ah, shit, right here. Here go that black girl. Y'all see that black girl right there? Check this out. Look. Man, these folk better stop playing with me. Cause check this out. This shit gonna make me like, damn, man, you know what? I see why people, if they tell the truth and they figure some shit out, these people could actually murk you. Look. Guess what she gonna be? Check this out. Ooh, wow. Hold up, wait a minute. Look at Obama and look at him. Let's go to Michelle. Do we need to go to Michelle? Oh, 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 oh. Man, that rests my case. You see that gang? Y'all see that shit, don't it? Watch, I'm finna spill some tea. Look, check this out. This is public information. Don't, this girl look just like, and watch this. Did you know Obama is related to Brad Pitt? Watch this. Hold on. I'll be right back. Watch this, y'all. Obama related to Brad Pitt.
According to NickisYFT.com, a deep dive into Obama's family tree revealed that Pitt is the former president's ninth cousin, per The Guardian. Their connection falls on a man named Edwin Hickman, a Virginian who died in 1769.
I ain't got to say no more. I ain't even got to say no more. So, is that the reason why? Look, look. Guess who she would look like? Just like who? And they all related? Man, you got to be kidding me. I ain't even know all this. So they said black people don't even read. And I said, man, this nigga here read like a motherfucker. I was locked up. That's the worst thing, you would lock a nigga up and don't get that nigga nothing to do but get him books and read. Look. Dude, the doctor girl with Jolene look just like Obama wife. Obama wife. Right here. Ooh, wee. And look, even the daughter. Shit. Damn, gang. Every time I wanna look in the 90s. I remember this in the 90s. the celebrities was going viral at that time because they was adopting Ethiopian kids, Kenya kids, right? And you know, Michael Jackson like save the world, you know, say all this shit was going on in the 90s, bro. Man, I'm through talking about this shit. Look. Golly. Now that if they fucked around and slipped up, and that's why she had to die, but she really didn't die. It was really her.
I can't believe the sleep apnea pillow exists. So
Man,
I
I
almost
might
made
have
the
heard
dumbest
her.
mistake of my life. I got this
Boy,
contour
this shit
She
so
took off
look.
her last name.
Cause y'all know she supposed to been died. She died. Man, I ain't finna say no more about this shit. Cause I ain't even finna tell you. Cause if I tell you, you're gonna have other people gonna get mad and they're gonna rub his fellas up and they're gonna be like, he clout chasing, his views low, and he needs something to come back and then check this out. It's all I just want to show you this right here. This is not the same girl in these photos. Guess what? You finna find out what's really going on. See that forehead? Boom! Forehead. Boom! Oh, wait. With those eyebrows, look. That doctor no eyebrows. Can't change that goddamn nose, that chin, and those high cheekbones. Shit. Look, check this out. And this, once you hear her story, you're gonna be like, damn. In the 90s, did every celebrity had a adopted child? Make it so bad when it come to Jeffrey Epstein, right? The Jeffrey Epstein. When it comes to the movie, look at this shit, bro. Hold on. Look. In the 90s. Look, if you go to the 90s, right? Check this out. The 90s movies. Look at the movies. Oh, man. No fucking wonder. What? If they said Brad Pitt is related to Obama, right? Check this out.
So breaking news, an Iranian F-4 Phantom just crashed in training, killing a top pilot for Iran right as Trump's ultimatum drops that a deal needs to be made in the next 10 to 15 days or something bad will happen. U.S. jets are also flooding into the region, with China giving high-fidelity satellite imagery to Iran to show F-35s
And this in the Bible. And the Bible clearly said what was going to happen. And the Christian could tell you, the Christian could tell you, like, yeah, this is what it said going to be in the Bible. But when you see it in this term, it's going to be more terrifying. Like, damn. And this when they said, hey, you're going to have in the Bible, way before airplanes, when they told us when airplanes was invented, why they saying the same shit in the Bible they were gonna rain fire? You know what I'm about? Cause you got man. Lord have mercy. That's why that's why all these people want to be rich people, they want to be a bunkers, underground bunkers and shit, cause they know what's coming. They know what's coming, bro. If you look at it like this here, if we keep listening to rap music, we'll never see the rapture coming. But the rapture will come like in this form. Like what the Bible said, man, they're gonna come from the sky. And everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it. I'm seeing this shit, bro. Hold on. Look what else was going on in the 90s. Jeffrey Epstein said this here. Watch this, y'all. If you go to the Ghislaine Maxwell, guess who she looked like? This is the look. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. And y'all just that. I ain't gonna say y'all. I'm gonna say me. I love homicide. I watch this show. It make me laugh and it make me funny. It made me laugh, you know what I'm saying? And I never caught in on the joke. Never caught in on the joke. No, this how perverted these people is. In the 90s, this is what we were looking at in the 90s. This is what our mind said in the 90s. The 90s rap list. Oh, not this. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh! Look who all died. And so they saw. Tupac died. DMX died. Snoop Dogg responsible for Tupac death. Then you got Nas. Come on, bruh. In the name of look what you got. MC Hammer. Look. This in the 90s. Think about Jeffrey Epstein in the 90s. Changed the whole music game and turned it into violence, bro. Look, in the 90s, all these music came out in the 90s. Look. Guess what else was going on in the 90s? It was a financial crisis in the 90s. And guess what they did? They had to sell us more music, the money music, to bail them out of debt and tell us we're going to war with Afghanistan because we need the oil and all this shit. And this is what you see in the 90s. Hip hop is the 90s. Look who y'all you gonna see in the 90s. Look, in the 90s. All of them in the Epstein file. That's why they didn't even want to release the file, because they all was in the Epstein files. Do you see the setup now? Get the young, sell your soul, and get all your people into believing. Chucking and jiving. Look, that's just the music. Look at the movies. All at the same time. Oh, we. Just look at the movies. And guess who idea it was to come out with Home Alone? You got Ace Ventura. Check this out. Why did this shit? Look at all your favorite. I ain't even got the. Look, Temptation, all this. Guess who it come from? Jeffrey Epstein. Look, watch this. The 90s, Donald Trump, booty pageants. Y'all remember the booty pageant? I grew up watching the booty pageant. Knew it was about Donald Trump and the booty pageant. In my mind, I'm like, damn, they models. They were like, yeah, Miss Australia is the and then look at them now. See what I'm saying? You remember? Do anybody remember in the 90s used to watch the beauty pageant? I used to watch the beauty pageant. They had all, and then I ain't know this shit was all with Donald Trump and Epstein. Those beauty pageants in the 90s, in the 80s, that was they shit. And they victims. Come to find out 20 years later, they victims, bro. Really, though. Really. Watch this. 1990 Miss America. You could just name Miss America. Look, all Donald Trump shit. Look, this all Donald Trump shit in the 90s. Epstein them. Look. Oh, look who she look like. Watch this. If you did guess who she look like? Watch this, y'all. Watch who she look like. This shit is the most bizarre, sickening shit in my life. If you look at her image, Beautiful white girl.
Recent polls have
South Carolina look just like who? Pam Bundy, FBI. Damn, boy, will you figure out some like, whoa, Trey Gang, Pam Bundy?
Okay. Recent polls.
Shit. Man, I'm through talking. If you don't see that, what I see, it ain't meant for you to see. Told you. Look. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Boy, don't motherfucker don't see this shit. Got him. I ain't even get to feed it that like. Hold on, wait a minute. This what? Miss Teen. 20. Look at that look again. And look at this look. Hold on. I'm through talking. You don't see it, it ain't meant for you to see.
Okay. Recent polls have shown
I'm through talking. I'm through talking about this shit. If you don't see that shit now, goddamn it. Look.
Okay. Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this?
Oh man, they wanna join my shit like that, bro. Oh man. Man, I'm through, gang. Hey y'all. I'll be back. And that motherfucker, bro, I just my shit up there.